Hello, Nadia.
Hi.
How are
How
you?
good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for volunteering.
Of course.
So let's start off. Go ahead and share a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Nadia Quraishi, and I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I've been a nutritionist for about 7 years and around 7 years, and, I was doing one-on-one coaching, and I was doing, a lot of other things, and so in the actually, I just graduated from ZTC a week and a half ago.
Okay.
So my program itself is about helping cancer survivors because I myself am a cancer survivor and I was a nutritionist prior to being diagnosed with cancer. But on my journey, I realized that there were a lot of things that I could really share and help other people. So that's kind of where this year I pivoted when I was working on creating my program. I kind of changed it up and I decided that I wanted to actually help other cancer survivors kind of just heal holistically with food, sleep, just all the different, just different
Mhm.
modules that would help them.
And what made you want to go online?
So I realized that, and I've been wanting to do this for a while, for a few years, and I think I had been following you since probably like 2018, and then I decided that I wanted to because I felt like I was already doing consultations over the phone. So I felt like the next step for me would be to do kind of like a group coaching type of thing online, like completely online, because that's just where we're headed. Even
Mhm.
pre-pandemic, I felt like everything was just shifting more to online, and then you have access to people throughout the world. Like I've already had calls with people in the UK, Dubai, so
Isn't that just
it
mind blowing though?
it is,
Yeah.
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 So yeah,
Amazing. Okay. Did you try and do it on your own? Like, talk to me a little bit about sort of your experience before we started working together.
I didn't try to do like create my own program really on my own because I just didn't know how. And it was something that I had seen, I kept seeing like other people doing, but I didn't know how to even do that at all. So I was just sticking with one-on-one consultations, which I also realized it just took so much time. Like I would be researching for that person because I didn't have a niche either. So every person that came to me would have a different problem. So I would spend hours like researching for them, and that just took so much time, and I realized that like there had to be a better way that I could actually help more people.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and share your screen. And so, what I want everybody to see it as we sort of work through these different professionals is the framework of what I'm showing you is the exact same for everybody, right? And I think that's really important to notice because I saw a question that said something like, hold on, would this program work for healing services? So, yes, Zero to Clients works for any professional practitioner or coach who wants to transform lives. So everything what we do at the root of what we do, our clients, the root of what they do is transformation in some way, shape, or form, either physically, emotionally, spiritually. There has to be some type of transformation because that's what we do and that's what we teach. And that's the whole reason that we have an online program is so that you can work with clients using your specialty, using your area of expertise, using your experience and your training to be able to walk your clients through their transformation, just as we are walking through the practitioner and coaches through their business transformation and also their personal development transformation, which I'm sure they can all attest to is very, very real as they go through the program. So I just wanted to be clear about that because I think it's worth noting what you're going to see, you're going to be like, oh, it's all the same. Yeah, it's all the same. But the content, the branding, the messaging, that's different. That's unique to each professional. Okay, Nadia, do you want to sort of show off your content hub first and show us
Sure.
your online program, which is
Sure.
super exciting?
Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm in ClickFunnels.
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay. Which one would it be?
If you scroll up
Okay.
and then just go into at the top where it says ClickFunnels
Oh, right.
and
Okay.
then hit funnels. Yep,
Okay.
there you go. See, everybody's still learning, y'all.
I am still
Look at that.
learning.
Everybody's still learning. Okay. So when you come into ClickFunnels, this is what you'll see, right? And so actually this is also really interesting because Nadia has a different mood board than Sharon. And so when you come into work with us, we actually give you options and you pick, right? So like the design of it is already created for you. And so you just pick. And so yeah, go into your delivery. Yeah. Perfect.
Do you want me to go into here?
Yeah. So we can
Okay.
actually show this because this is something that we didn't show from Sharon. So that's
Okay.
fine. So go in here and you can hit edit page. Yeah. And so when your clients get that welcome onboarding email, this is where they're directed to. So your clients just enrolled with you and they're directed. They get the welcome onboarding email like, yay, welcome to the program. We're so happy to have you. Here's your next steps. And then they're going to come and they're going to create their own account. And then once they create their account, go back into,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And now go to member area. Okay. So this is what the back end looks like. And so this is what the back end looks like. This is everything that we set up for you. Do you have a login for your own, like your own content?
Don't actually, no. That's a good point. I don't.
Okay. So we can go open an editor maybe.
Okay.
And then hopefully yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So this is what Nadia's Content Hub looks like. So you can see the design is different, right? So the design is different and you can see if you scroll down. And so this is what sort of each one of her modules will look like, right? So if you scroll back up, right? And so we build each one of those out one by one by one. If you go back into your funnels, I'm going to try and get there another way.
Okay. What about the?
Yeah, I think so. If you go in there,
right? Okay.
Yeah, open that up.
Okay.
And so we're sort of doing this in real time, y'all, which is totally fine because this is how you learn, right?
I'm still learning.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So you can just, make a password. Just type in like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if it works. Okay. Yep.
Oh, I guess I do have a login. Okay. Sorry.
You're fine. We all have our known that we use for every single thing.
Hold on one second.
Oh, this is still create your account. So go underneath where it says login now. Under the button.
Right.
Yep,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay.
And so I just also want to show like what I'm doing with Nadia right now is what we do with you inside of the program because you don't know how to use your own stuff, right? And so we walk you through exactly how, there we go, right? So we walk you through so that you don't have to have the anxiety of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And I have this thing and I don't know and blah, blah, blah. And so exactly what I just did, you have the access to do with our coaches. You jump on Zoom, you share your screen, and they walk you through exactly how to use your own stuff that we build for you so that you know what I mean? So that you feel super comfortable navigating your own assets. So this is Nadia's program. So very much the same as what we saw, right? So there's all of these modules and they expand and collapse. And so different practitioners and coaches have different learning lessons, different action tasks, but you can see here, just scroll up for 1 sec. Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. So I just want to show like immune boosters and suppressors. Scroll so that we can like see that on the screen. There you go. Okay, stop. So see here, this is like one of the modules where it says learning. What is the immune system? Learning, powerful immune boosters. And then there's the actions and then there's learning. And so all of that is comprised into one module, right? So if you click on learning, powerful immune boosters, yep. And then there you go. So then scroll up. And so there's the audio lesson there. And then there's the resource below. So do you want to just click download? And then you can, everybody can sort of see what it looks like. There you go. So there, right? It's a Word doc with her logo. Like this is it. Do we tell you not to design things? Are we very adamant about not making things pretty?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to, it can be very basic, right?
Yeah. Very basic. Like this is it. Right. So I think the concept is we always say we just need to get this done, right? The concept is we just need to get this done so that your clients have content. Okay, so go back to your, perfect. So just scroll down so everybody can sort of see. And then there's the link to the program Facebook group. And so you can see her entire online program is completely built out with her audios and her downloadable worksheets. And so what happens is you submit that to us and we go and we build it. Do you want to share a little bit about what that experience was like building your online program?
So I guess starting off, so there were times where, I was able to get through many of the modules pretty quickly, but when it actually came to creating the content, that was definitely the toughest thing, like creating like all the lessons and all of that. But once I submitted it, it was just such a relief because I'm like, okay, I don't actually have to like build build this system, like this whole program. And that just made me, every time I basically submitted a funnel, like, content for the
Mhm.
funnel, it was just a huge, huge relief for me because imagine doing like the tech part of it too after I've spent like all this time creating creating all the lessons.
Yeah.
It would just be too much. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what did it feel like when you got this back and you saw it for the first time?
I mean, it was surreal because it was something that I hadn't really, I didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't know how it was going to kind of come together. So it just felt like, I'm almost there and I can start selling this program and I'm like almost at that last step. So it was a great feeling.
Amazing. Awesome. All right. So let's go back into ClickFunnels. And again, we'll just go back into all of yep, perfect. So we're going to go back up into the top and we're going to go, yep, exactly. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to go into the bottom one, which says leads and nurture funnel. Yep. And so again, the system is the same for everybody, right? So this is the lead magnet. So if you want to just open that up,
Do you want to edit or just as
you
the
can just go
line?
preview. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You can just go there. Perfect. Yeah. And so this is her lead magnet opt-in page, right? Discover how to have more energy and thrive after cancer. Again, very specific. Just scroll down. There's a little bit of the bio there, very short, very sweet. And so the audience will subscribe to her lead magnet. And then they will go to the thank you page. Do you want to share the thank you page? You can just go back into the ClickFunnels. Yep. And then just go to the second. Yep, exactly. And then open that up. Yep. So you can see the framework of what we do again is the same. So this takes them again, check your inbox for spam. And step 2, go to the Facebook group, which is called Empowering Cancer Survivors, and then remove your all or nothing mindset. And so this is her lead magnet, right? And then they will subscribe to her email list. Do you want to just show in your active campaign?
Mhm.
Yep, perfect. Right. So Nadia has 661 subscribers, which is so exciting. Did it blow your mind when you started to get people on your email list?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting probably like 120 subscribers a month probably at this point, which is awesome.
Yeah, amazing. And are you running ads or is that organic?
I am. Yeah.
You're running ads. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
And so again, the same framework that we've been seeing, right? It's the lead magnet, the emails, the automations are down at the bottom. Do you want to just tell people about, sort of your process so they get the immediate response? And how was it creating sort of those nurture emails and knowing that you were able to like really connect with people in that way?
It was so for me, it was definitely hard, and it's more of an emotional thing just because of my own cancer history. So it was kind of for me writing the emails, it was obviously something I could relate to, but it was also, I wanted to connect with other people. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it was definitely it took time, but once the emails were done in terms of just the different initial emails when someone signs up for your lead magnet, all of that, it was done and it seems to be working. So I'm happy about that.
Are you getting this from people?
I've gotten some responses. I've had maybe like 5 calls so far, and I wasn't doing the whole PMD that much, but now I've started that up too because I realize that I have to be PMing the people that are in my Facebook group as well. So
Mhm.
I started to do that. But yeah, I'm definitely getting responses. I've had some people email back from, some of the emails that they're getting, which is great. So yeah, definitely. And I'm definitely getting like, people are noticing.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so they come into the lead magnet, they get the immediate response, they get the nurture emails, they go into the Facebook group. Can you show us your webinar, please?
Yeah.
Yep, so just go back. Yep, exactly. You got it. Yep. And so same thing, right? We have a webinar opt-in page, we have a webinar thank you page. And so this is Nadia's webinar, 3 ways I reclaimed my life after cancer. And can you share a little bit about the experience, maybe using the templates that we gave to you in terms of like how to name things and how to write the emails and stuff like?
Yeah, so the templates The templates were so helpful because if I was trying to do that on my own, there was just no way, like, I wouldn't even know what to say. So the templates are really helpful. You just kind of change it up based on what your niche is and who your ICA is. And I was able to get through it pretty easily. And obviously with sometimes I had help from the coaches, but it definitely helped me. Like without the templates, I wouldn't have been able to create those emails.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, name, email, they're saving their seat for the webinar. Go and click over to the thank you page. Yep. So same thing, driving to the Facebook group. And then if you go into your active campaign again, I just want to show everybody, do you see where it says campaigns? And so you can see, that the webinar emails are here, right? And they're all sort of organized. They're all scheduled. They just go out, right? And they're the same emails. And so one of the things that I think people don't see is the ability to rinse and repeat, the necessity to rinse and repeat, right? We're not creating a new webinar every time. We're not creating new emails every time. We're growing the audience so that there's new people to experience the same show. And the reason that we do that is because we want to get really, really good at performing the show, right? If we're changing the webinar and the offer and the this and the that, you can't ever get good at it because it's new, right? Because it's new. And so I think that's really important to understand. And that's something that we definitely, hone in on with the professionals that we work with. When they come to us and they say, I feel like I'm repeating myself all the time. I'm like, good, get better at it, right? We're not creating from scratch. We don't want that, right? That is not a work smarter, not harder scenario. That is a work harder and burn yourself out scenario. So this is the webinar, and this is the webinar again leads to the call. Do you want to just talk a little bit about sort of your beta launch and how it felt?
So that was really exciting. So I launched end of October and I had my webinar scheduled right around that time as well. And actually, I think I had my webinar first and then I did the beta launch right after. So it was exciting because it was, it was just a whole new program and I got a lot of, many people were contacting me about it initially, just even if it's just to show support, which was really nice. So it was exciting. And I think the beta launch itself is a really great concept because it gets your program out there and you're able to get people to test it out before a kind of officially launching it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. You can go ahead and stop sharing. I want to ask you a question because I think it's important for people to sort of, we're showing what we can in terms of, the automations and the emails and the specificity, but I have a very hard time, selling or trying to explain is the changes in mindset, the changes in confidence, the changes in, all of this anxiety. Do you want to share a little bit about sort of the journey personally for you and how that felt?
So definitely I would say throughout this program, I had a lot of feelings of doubt in myself, really. Like, even if I launch this program, like what's going to happen after, like how long is it going to take me to be successful and all of that. But when I finally launched my program, a lot of that anxiety has definitely decreased. I know that, obviously this takes time, but I know that it's going to be successful. And after, I've been a nutritionist for 7 years, and I do think that this like program is going to be the answer to really get me to what my goals are and have been. So I'm really excited about that. So definitely like the feelings of anxiety have just completely decreased since launching the program because now I actually have something to market and to show people and share with the world.
Yeah. And what about in terms of like your skills? Like, do you recognize just how much you've accomplished in this period of time? How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot. Like, I've definitely learned a lot of things. I mean, I never used any of the programs that we are using now. I never used any of them. I didn't know how to create a program. A lot of the tech help was great, like even with, for example, with AWS and just for a lot of people who are not tech savvy, like I was pretty tech savvy before, but I definitely learned a lot more while in this program.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing this. I hope again that everybody watching is seeing what it looks like from the beginning. And I wanted to really take away sort of the unknowns, and I wanted to take away sort of the mystique of like, what does it actually look like to build an online business? Like, what does it actually look like to create your own program, to have email subscribers, to have 600 people in a Facebook group? Like, all of these types of things, I think it's so unknown and it's so foreign to most people. And so I wanted to share what it's really like, so that those of you watching who are thinking like, can I really do this? I hope that you're seeing yourself in these professionals that I'm bringing on. Like, I really hope you're seeing yourself and you're seeing, I'm just a normal person and Nadia is a normal person. Like, we're just people, right? We're just people learning it as we go
Mhm.
and figuring it out, along the way. So I really appreciate you hanging out today. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.